Hi guys, so welcome to the final part of this MetaHuman Foundation series, and today let's clean up some recorded motion captured animations using the control rig and the MetaHuman Animator tool. Let's dive in.
So I have a demo level with me, doesn't matter what level you have. And first things first, I'm going to open the Fab Marketplace and type the MetaHuman Animator tool by Locodrome. And it's going to give me a window like this, the MetaHuman Animation tool, matte. And the personal license is free. I can just quickly click on this and add it to my project. And the moment I do it, it's going to give me a folder named Locodrome inside my contents folder, inside it an animation tool and a utility widget. We'll come back to this later. So now I'm going to drop my MetaHuman into my level. So I'm just going to go into my MetaHumans folder and pick him out and drop him into the level right there. I have a blank level sequence opened up here. You can just set up a level sequence. You can create a new level sequence if you'd like. Now I will just drag and drop my MetaHuman inside my sequencer, and I'm just gonna delete the face and the MetaHuman control rigs first. I am going to just select an animation that I recorded some time back for motion capture. It's just a test animation, and I'm just gonna drag it and bring it inside my playable zone. I'm just gonna clip the parts I don't need. Yeah. So you see the animation is fairly okay in most parts, but here you will see that the hand is kind of going through the body, and this is something that we don't want. So now, since we have a recorded animation, we can bake this animation to keyframes, and for that we just right click on the body, go on bake to control rig and select the MetaHuman control rig and click on create. You'll see that it kind of bakes the entire animation to the control rig, and you have keyframes all over. So I will probably delete the keyframes I don't need in this case. Yeah, this looks good enough. So now we need to find a way to do this non-destructively so that I preserve the original animation and I'm able to make my changes on top of the recorded animation. And for that, I will just click on the plus button here on the MetaHuman Control Rig and click on Additive. So it adds another sandbox for us to make our changes on top of the original animation without destroying it. So I am just going to scrub my playhead to the point where this is kind of inside. Yeah, right here, just before the problem happens here. And now, while having this control rig selected, I'm just going to go into the Locodrome folder and open the utility widget and run it. And you will see that this is a picker. It can pick different parts of the body for me. And suppose if I select the entire arm, there are so many different controls here on the control rig, which otherwise would have been quite tedious to select. So this just helps pick the things that we absolutely have to make changes to very quickly, including the hands, and it can also copy and paste poses from one point on the timeline to the other. I am going to demonstrate a fairly simple change that we have to make, and since we have selected an empty control rig, the additive one, so obviously there are no keyframes here, and I've selected the entire arm, so I am just going to rotate the arm a bit so that it comes a little outside. I'm going to maybe adjust the elbow a little here and maybe just rotate it a little further, and again go back to the arm, take it slightly away from the body like this, and I'm just going to click here on key selected. Now once this is done, it has added the changes on top of the animation that already exists, and these changes would automatically snap back to the original control rig once these keyframes are done. So I'm just gonna play and see what happens. See, slightest of changes can actually give you the kind of hygiene that you're looking for in your animations. So now it looks a lot better. It's not going through the body. Also, if I just if I delete the keyframes and you will see that it is still going through the body. But now if I just bring my keyframes back, you will see that it has come out from here. And just like that, I have cleaned up my animation by quite a bit. And for those who are interested in this MetaHuman animation tool, I am just gonna link a video in the description to how to go about this and how to go deeper into this. But these are the basics of cleaning up the animation inside Unreal Engine. And also the difference between an IK and an FK rig is something that you should look into. An inverse kinematic rig, the IK rig, if I select the entire leg and if I try to move it, it will move all the joints accordingly. If I try to move this, if I try to rotate this, again, it will move everything. Obviously, I've done it way too much accordingly. So there's no end to control rigs, and since this is just a basic cleanup tutorial, if you keep the motion capture intact, the cleanup's going to be minimal. My work seems to be done, but there are other problems, other very common problems that occur when we are dealing with motion captured animations, and most common of them could be, foot sliding. So for this, I can just select my IK box, make sure that I'm inside my original MetaHuman Control Rig and not the additive one, the original one, and I select the IK box. The inverse, basically I've selected this from here, and what I can do is I can just go into my curves editor and I can see that the feet are sliding on the ground, so it's a location Y and X problem. So if I go on location X and Y, these are the kind of problems that you can see while sliding. And here there are multiple ways to smooth the curves in the curves editor. There's blend, neighbor, push, pull, move relative, time offset, and you can find out what these different properties do at different points of time. You should take your time with these. For now, I can try a few and show it to you, like blend neighbor, and I can see that it can smooth the jitters out here like this. And if I blend ease, that is also gonna do a slightly different smoothing. So these are different kinds of smoothings that can be applied to the feet, and you'll see that okay, it is slightly better at that point, but obviously this needs to be done at different parts, because this goes in no time. For example, there's obviously a walk involved here as well, so I also have to be careful of where are my feet sliding. So suppose they're sliding somewhere here, so in my curve editor it shows me that it happens somewhere here. So I can probably just select this bit and maybe just blend neighbor a bit or just smooth it slightly. And these are very slight changes. Close out of the curve editor and just check here. Yeah, see, the sliding in that part is gone. Like I can go closer, take my gizmo off. It's slightly less. Obviously this is very surgical in nature and needs a lot of time to clean things up, but this is how cleanups are mostly done. And once we are happy with what we have created, we can just go back to body, right click, bake animation sequence, name it as test baked anim, also give it a prefix as animation sequence, and save it in a folder we like, and save it somewhere here. Export settings can be left as default, and I'm gonna just export animation sequence. Once this is done, I can just delete everything and just go to body, animation, as underscore test big animation that I just saved, and I think I'll have to just bring the MetaHuman again. Just bring my MetaHuman back, bring him back into the sequencer, delete the control rigs, go to body, animation, and just type as_test. This is what we saved right now, and if I just rotate him to face us a bit, see him. Yep, and I can just watch it using a nicer camera. Let's go into the details, focus, and if I play, yep, it's all done.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope now you can create your own custom MetaHumans, add clothing to them, and simulate their clothing, record their animations, clean up their animations, and start telling your own story. Till then, see you guys in the next series. I hope you enjoyed this and share this with your friends in need. Please comment and interact with us. Thank you.